Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm glad you've joined us today. Today is day 12 of our 28-day chair yoga journey together. Now we're going to start seated and then we'll move into standing for more warrior poses. And then we'll move back into our seated position. We are going to be using a block today. If you have a block, that's great. If you don't have a block, you can substitute a big book, or you can just do it without it. That's fine too. Now, if you like the experience that you have today, I hope you'll click the subscribe button. It's free, and leave me a comment. I love to hear from you guys. So let's get started. We're going to sit up nice and tall in our chair. We're going to move forward. We're not leaning back. We're going to take a moment as we focus on that mind and body and breath. Grounding our feet to the earth, grounding our sits bones to the chair, lifting our heart, lowering the shoulders out of the ears. Hands are resting lightly on the thighs, flipping the palms up to the ceiling, closing the eyes, and connecting to our breath. Just feel your natural inhalation and exhalation. Just begin to elongate the breath, inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling a little more completely. Inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling a little more completely. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Bring the hands back down to the thighs and open the eyes. Let's drop our right ear towards our right shoulder. And drop our chin towards our chest. Let's drop our left ear towards our left shoulder. And chin to chest. Look forward. Moving on. We're going to do some shoulder rolls now. We're going to roll those shoulders forward and up and back and down. And we're going to do that again. Forward, up, back, and down. And then we're going to reverse that. You know, if you can move your head a little bit if you want to. In this one, we can roll that neck just a little bit. All right, very, very good. Okay, mountain pose. Hands down, spread those fingers. Goalpost arms, squeeze those shoulder blades behind. Now we're going to lengthen those hands to the ceiling. We're going to bring our palms together. Interlace your fingers, pointer finger is up towards the ceiling, and we're going to lean our mountain. And we're going to come up, and we're going to lean our mountain the other way. And we're going to come up, and we're going to lean again, and then we're going to turn and look up at the ceiling. Take that twist out. Back up to the ceiling we go, and then we're going to lean the other way, and we're going to turn, and we're going to look up at that ceiling. Just a little baby twist. Take the twist out, come back up, and bring those hands back down to your lap. Okay, let's do our cat-cow. We're going to take our thumbs to the back wall. We're going to open up through that chest. Feel that openness in the throat as well, right? Looking up just a little bit. And then come down into that cat pose. Just a couple more. Inhale up. And exhale down. We're going to do that again. Inhale up. And exhale down. Very good. Bringing our hands to our heart, getting ready for our sun salutation. Reverse swan dive, up we go. All the way to mountain pose and bring our hands to our heart. We're going to come back up to that mountain pose and we're going to swan dive forward into that forward salute with airplane arms, and we're going to stretch through that spine. And we're going to bring our hands to our heart. And let's do that again. Big circle, up we go. Belly is tight. All the way to mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. Let's come back up to mountain pose and dive forward. Forward salute, airplane arms. We're going to stretch through that spine, nice and long. Bring those hands to heart. We're going to do that again. Here we go. Up we go, mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. I'm following my hands with my gaze. I'm adding that breath. Inhale here. Exhale, we're diving forward. Forward salute, airplane arms. Now we're going to move to that supported forward fold. Let the forearms rest on the thighs. Let the heart fall forward. Oh yeah, there's the back. And tuck that chin and roll it up. Bring your hands to your heart. Let's do it. Big circle, up we go. Mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. Back up we go to mountain pose. Dive it forward. Forward salute, airplane arms. That's your exhale. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, forward fold. And roll it up. We're going to add on hands to heart. Let's do it. Big circle up, mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. Back up to mountain. Dive it forward. Forward salute, airplane arms. Stretch it out. Forward fold, let that heart fall forward. Pull that belly in, reverse swan dive, bring those arms out and up. Mountain pose, bring your hands to heart. We're going to do that 2 more times. Up we go. Dive it forward. Add that breath if you wish. Forward salute, stretch it out. Forward fold, let that heart fall. Ready? Reverse swan dive, bring the arms out and around. There's your back working. Up to mountain pose, bring your hands to heart. Last time through, we've got this. Up we go. Dive it forward. Forward salute, airplane arms. Let's do that forward fold. And reverse swan dive all the way back up to mountain pose and bring your hands to our heart. How did that feel? A little movement, right? Get that blood flowing. It was very good. So I know we've done that warrior series. We're going to do 2 things differently. We're going to add in a warrior 1. And then we're also going to add just a little different leg position. And so we're going to see how we feel on those. But we're going to start with our warrior 2. So we're going to go ahead and move this knee out at that 90-degree angle, okay? So we're building in on that series just a little bit here. So warrior 2 to start with, looking over those front fingertips, right? Now, to move to warrior 1, it's a little funky. So I'm just going to let you, if it feels okay, you're going to do it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to let this knee fall down towards the mat as I bring that arm up and around. You see what I did there? So now this knee is straight down towards the floor. My arms are up. My shoulders are down out of my ears. My belly is tight. And then I'm going to move back to that warrior 2. Let's do that again, just like that, just to kind of get the feeling of it. Down that arm goes. Up to the ceiling. There's that warrior 1, and then I'm going to move back to that warrior 2. Do you see what's happening? That knee is just kind of falling down and coming up. 1 more time. Down we go. Hands to the ceiling. There's your warrior 1, and then we're going to move back to that warrior 2. Now we're going to move to side angle. We've done this one before, right? We know this one. Palm faces up. Extend that upper arm, and then let's go ahead and extend that side angle. Now we're going to press back into that warrior 2. Reverse our warrior up and back. We're going to go back to warrior 2. And we're going to bring our hands down and we're going to release. So how did that feel? So I know that warrior 2 to warrior 1 is a little funky with the legs, but see if that feels okay. I like it. I mean, I think we can do it. It's just a little weird. Okay, so we're going to take this left knee, and open it. We've already done the other side, haven't we? So I got this 90 degrees to begin with, right? And let's come up to warrior 2. We've done this one. We know this one. We feel pretty good with it. Okay, So now what I'm going to do is this knee is going to fall down towards the mat as I bring this arm down and around, and now I'm at my warrior one. Okay, so knee is down towards the floor. This leg kind of stays where it is. It doesn't really move. My arms are up to the ceiling. Does that feel okay? Stretching right here, you feel it? Okay, now my outside arm, my right arm, that's when I'm going to windmill around, and then I'm going to come back to warrior two. Okay, we ready? Let's do it again. Warrior one and warrior two. Warrior one and warrior two. One more time. Warrior one to warrior two. Let's go to our side angle pose. We're going to extend our side angle pose. We're going to come back up to warrior two. Let's reverse that warrior up and back. We're going to come back to that warrior two, and we're going to release. Okay, so let's face forward. So we did this one yesterday where we added a little extra for the legs. So this one, we're going to do that one first, and then we're going to add one more that's even a little deeper stretch for those inner thighs. But let's do the one we did yesterday first. Okay, so I'm going to take my right knee, and I'm going to do a heel toe and a heel toe. So my hip, my knee, and my ankle are in alignment and a little bit of a diagonal. I'm a little forward in my chair, right? So you want to be a little forward, and then I'm going to extend the left leg out, and I'm up on the edge of that foot. Remember that, and remember that you can bend the knee if you want to. It's okay. Okay, how's that feel? Right? Let's come up. Now to get to that warrior one from here, it's even a little more funky, but it's okay. So we're going to start with this hand. We're going to bring it down and around, and then we're going to bring our hands up. So again, I'm going to leave this leg where it is. Okay, so it's a little bit of a stretch for here, and then I'm going to come back to that warrior two. Let's bring that hand down and around into that warrior one, and then we're going to move to that warrior two. And we're going to do that one more time. Ready? Down and around to warrior one, and then move to warrior two. Let's come to side angle, lifting up through that heart. Let's extend that side angle. Looking up if that feels okay on your neck. Come back to that warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior up and back. Back to warrior two. And release. Okay. How'd that feel? Okay, so we're going to do the other side. So let's do it. Here we go. A heel toe and a heel toe. So I'm at that diagonal. Extend that right leg out. Remember, try to be up on the side of that foot. Bend the knee if that feels better for you. Okay, are we ready? Are the ribs right in the center? I kind of felt like my ribs were forward, so I brought my ribs back. Arms out. Look over those front fingertips. Flip that palm up. And I don't think I did that on the other side. That's okay. We're going to reverse our warrior to start with, because I'm making it up as I go. There we go, warrior two. Okay, now starting with this back hand, we're going to windmill around to that warrior one. And then we're going to bring that arm back and around to the warrior two. Shoulders are down out of the ears. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. Bring that arm down and around to warrior one. And move back to that warrior two. One more time. Down we go. Warrior one and warrior two. Side angle pose. We got it. Feel that stretch. Bring that arm by I call it bicep by ear. One more breath. Pressing up into that warrior two and release. Okay. So we just have one more thing. And here's the final piece of that whole series. So I'm going to scoot back in my chair so that the seat of my chair is between my legs. This leg is going to pretty much stay right where it is, and then I'm going to extend this leg out. I know, right? Now remember, you've got two other versions. The version where your legs are at 90 degrees and the version we just did where we're forward in our chair. If this doesn't work for you, you're going to do one of those other two versions. Okay, we're just hanging here for a moment. Let's come to that warrior two. We're going to look over those front fingertips. We're going to bring that arm down and around into that warrior one. And then we're going to move to that warrior two. Left hand down and around to the ceiling for warrior one. And back to warrior two. One more time. Down and around to warrior one. Move to that warrior two. Are we ready? Side angle pose. We've got this. Lifting up. Add the extension if you like. You don't have to. It's just an option. Back up we go. Reverse that warrior. Back to warrior two. And release. Ooh, how'd that feel? Okay, we're going to do the other side. So again, I'm moving back. The seat of my chair is between my legs. This knee is pretty much going to stay where it is, right? So it's already at that diagonal. The opposite leg is going to extend. I know. I feel it too. Quite the stretch here. Up on that side of that foot. Okay, are we ready? Here we go. Warrior two, looking over those front fingertips. Now, starting with your right hand, you're going to windmill down and around into that warrior one. And then you're going to move to your warrior two. Let's do that again. Down and around to warrior one. And around to warrior two. One more time. And if you don't like the warrior one funkiness, then just stay in warrior two. Warrior two. Side angle pose. I had to make an adjustment. There we go. And then extend. Press back to that warrior two. Reverse up and back. Back to warrior two. And release. All right, face forward. Well, let's give those legs just a moment here. Actually, let's do a little internal rotation. That should feel pretty good. So all I've done is I've just kind of, my feet are wide and I'm letting my knees fall in towards one another just to kind of counter all of that other external rotation we just did. It's just a little internal rotation for those legs. One more breath here. All right. So we're going to come up to standing and we're going to be on the right side of our chair. Okay. Now we've done this one before with the warrior two. We're going to add in that warrior one. So kind of the same thing we just did seated. We're going to add in that warrior one pose. So again, the leg next to the seat of the chair. I'm just going to move my block just a little bit. The leg next to the seat of the chair is the one that we're going to start with. Okay, so we're going to bend that knee and the opposite leg is going to step back. Hips are forward. Now, from this position, what I want you to think about is pulling your belly in super tight, right? So pulling that belly in and lengthening through that tailbone. So I want you to feel like your weight is coming back. So holding the chair is fine. Standing down that back leg, weight is back, bend the front knee, okay? Bring your hands to heart. All right, inhale here, and then exhale, extend the arms up to the ceiling for our warrior one pose. Now, starting with this right hand, the outside hand, we're going to windmill around to that warrior two. My front knee is still bent, okay? We're going to flip that front palm up and back for that reverse warrior. Then we're going to come down and we're going to put that hand in the chair for our side angle pose. Then we're going to bring our bicep by our ear for that extended side angle pose. Press up to that warrior two. Flip the palm up and back. Back to warrior two. Shoulders down, belly tight, ribs right in the center of the body, and release. Okay, very good. Let's do the other side. So see how adding that warrior one actually kind of makes it easier to get into warrior two, I think. So that was a nice little addition. So we're going to bend that front knee. So I want to, when you bend it, you're touching, right? So you're able to touch the chair. So that's just going to help you when you come into side angle to know that that chair's in the right position. Okay, so now my hips are going to come forward facing the chair. They want to be at a diagonal, but I want you to see if you can bring them all the way around. Bend that front knee. Okay, standing down that back leg. So remember, belly tight, extending nice and long through the spine. Bring the hands to the heart, and then extend those arms up. Warrior one. Okay, are we ready to move to warrior two? So I'm just windmilling those arms around. My knee is still touching the chair. I'm looking over my right fingertips. Flip the palm up and back, reversing my warrior. Back to warrior two. And then that right hand is going to come into the chair for side angle pose. Extending nice and long, opening through the chest. Arm extends over if you like that. Press back up into warrior two. Reverse the warrior one more time. Back to warrior two. And release. Okay, very, very good. Now, let's come back to the other side of our chair, and we're going to do a pyramid pose. If you don't have a block, it's fine. You're just going to use your chair, and then if you want a little deeper, you're going to use your leg. But since I have a block, I'm just going to go ahead and use it. It's just going to help me out a little bit. So I'm going to bring that block on the, we call this the number 3 position, the tallest position. And I'm going to place it right there in my chair, and my foot's going to go beside it. Okay? Now, for pyramid pose, this front leg, unlike with our warrior series where the knee was bent, now that leg is going to stay straight. Okay? But the back leg is still going to step back, and that foot's going to be at that 45-degree angle. So the heel is down. We're going to bring those hips around. So one of the really important pieces of this pose is keeping this hip back. So the hip of the leg that's long, that's extended, that's straight in front of you, that's the one that's always going to want to come around. So just think about keeping that hip back. You might even grab your thumb and bring it right here to the hip crease to remind you, okay? All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we extend long through the spine, pull the belly in, right? Hinging at the hips. We're going to keep the back flat as we come forward. Place your hands in the seat of the chair. And see if you can let the heart come forward any more. Do you feel the stretch in that leg, right? So the stretch is happening in the back side of the front leg. So I'm just kind of bending those elbows, letting my heart fall. Keep this hip back, right? Feel that? One more breath here, and we're going to go ahead and come up. Now, we're going to stay on this side and do 2 more add-ons, and then we'll go to the other side. Okay, so we're going to stay on this side for now. So remember, keep that hip back. Lengthen through the spine. Now this time, as I come forward, I'm going to place my hand on my block instead of my chair. So maybe that gives me a little deeper stretch. Maybe your hands are, if you don't have the block, your hands are on your leg, which is fine. Keep that hip back. Do not let that, this hip of the leg that's extended, don't let it come forward, letting that heart fall. One more breath here. Okay, let's bend the front knee as we roll up. Grab your chair. Okay, how did that feel? So now I'm going to move my block down. And we'll see how that works, all right? So here we go. Hip back, hinge forward. Maybe your hands are in the seat of the chair. Maybe your hands are on your leg. Maybe your hands are on your block. Just a little deeper into that triangle pose. We have one more breath. Bend the knee and come up. Okay, we have one final piece. Now this is pretty significant, so I want you to only do it if it feels okay. But instead of our hands coming down to our block, we're going to have our hands behind our back. There's going to be a little balance work here, so keep your belly tight. Clasp your hands behind your back. Lift up through the heart, right? Squeezing those shoulder blades behind. Now, pull that belly in. As you begin to let your heart fall forward, your hands are going to come up behind you. And just as, you know, whatever works for you. One more breath here. Let's release the hands to the chair. Bend the knee, come up to a standing position. How did that feel? Okay, we're going to do the other side. So I like just doing all three of these, this series on the same leg because we're just getting a little deeper into the stretch, right? So first thing I want to do is just set my block here, give myself that option, okay? So my front leg, again, I want the foot to be under the chair, so you've got the chair right in close enough proximity that you can grab it if you need it. My hips are forward. I'm standing, that back leg is straight and my heel is down, okay? So turn those hips forward. Remember, if you want to grab where the crease of the leg and the hip are and pull that hip back, just think about that. We want to keep this hip back. Nice long through the spine. Just begin to let your heart fall forward. Place your hands on that chair. And maybe you bend the elbows a little bit. It doesn't matter, right? If that doesn't work. Pyramid pose. Okay, let's bend the knee and roll up. Okay, now we're going to do it again. This time my hands are going to go to my block. So let's hinge forward. Maybe the hands are on the leg, maybe the hands are on the block. Just getting a little deeper into that stretch, right? One more breath. Okay, bend the knee and come up. I'm going to move my block down. Are we ready? Nice long spine, belly tight, hinge forward, keep this leg straight, keep the hip back, hinge down we go. One more breath, bend that knee, up we go. Okay, you want to do the final version? Let's do it. Clasp your hands behind your back. Push those knuckles down, squeeze your shoulder blades back. Are we ready? Belly tight. We're going to come down. Oh, we're bowing over that front leg. Our hands are coming up behind us. So that upper back, our shoulders are getting a nice stretch in addition to that front leg. We have 3 and 2 and 1. Grab the chair, bend that knee, roll it up into standing. Excellent work. Let's come back into seated. Okay. So we're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it nice and wide and let our left knee fall down towards the floor. Move back into that crescent lunge. So back of the kneecap towards the ceiling. Nice stretch for the front side of that leg, holding onto the chair or to your front thigh. Let's release it and we're going to do that again. And face forward. Okay, let's extend that leg out in front of us, toes to the ceiling, lengthen through the spine, let the heart fall forward, keeping the back flat, looking out beyond those toes. And roll it up, and let's do that again. Nice long spine. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, let that heart fall forward. And up we go. So we're going to move into pigeon pose. You can cross at the ankle, right? So this is great. You can just cross right here at the ankle, or you can extend your right leg and cross your left ankle onto that shin. It's a great version. And then the final version, if you so desire, is going to be ankle to knee. So I'm going to let you pick which of those 3 versions you prefer. I'm going to stay with this version. Everybody, whichever version your legs are in, you're going to extend your spine nice and long and let your heart begin to fall forward. Oh yeah, feeling that stretch. Let's tuck our chin and roll up. We're just going to move that knee up and down a little bit. I call that fluttering the butterfly wing. Let's extend through the spine, keeping the back flat. Let that heart fall forward. Tucking that chin and rolling it up. All right, let's unravel. Go to the other side. Left knee opens 90 degrees. Let the right knee fall down towards the floor. Push the foot back. Lift the heart up. Feel that stretch. Let's release, and we're going to do that again. Back of the kneecap towards the ceiling. Lifting up through the heart. And release. Let's go ahead and face forward. We're going to extend that right leg long. Okay, toes are to the ceiling. Lengthen nice and long through the spine. Pyramid pose, letting the heart fall forward. Keeping the back flat, looking out beyond your toes. Tuck the chin and roll it up. And let's do that again. Nice long spine. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, down we go. One more breath. And up we go. Remember, you can cross at the ankle if you like that better. You can cross at the shin, or you can cross at the knee. Pigeon pose. You can choose. All right, are we ready? Nice long spine, whichever version your legs are in. Let's all lengthen through the spine. Keep the back flat as we begin to let that heart fall forward. Feeling the stretch right here in that glute area. Let's tuck that chin and roll it up. And then we're going to do that again. Nice long through the spine. Inhale. And then exhale, we're going to come forward. And then up we go. Okay, unravel those legs. Let's move back in our chair. You can lean back. Hands are resting lightly on the thighs. Flip the palms up. Take a deep breath in and out. Let's do that again. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let those eyes close or soften.
You are the person. You are the person who does the difficult thing because it is the right thing. The world moves forward because of what you do. You are the person who looks for ways to embrace responsibility instead of searching for places to cast blame. By doing so, you transform problems into opportunities, defeat into victory. You are the person who seeks to understand when so many others are merely shouting empty platitudes. You are the person who cares enough to listen, who listens enough to care even more. It's not easy to do what you do, to be who you are. But you know that some things are more important than merely making the easiest choice. You are the person who does not seek praise, but who would like to know every now and then that you're appreciated. So look around, see life being lived, and know that life itself appreciates what you do more than any one person could ever realize. You are the person who makes a difference whenever you have the opportunity to do so. You live as if your life matters, and it most certainly does.
Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Take a deep breath in and out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug, pressing that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thanks for joining today. We've made it to the end of day 12. So keep showing up. Click that subscribe button. Leave me a comment, and I'll see you tomorrow.